And we're back with Phoenix Wright, passive-aggressive attorney. Let's get right into it.
Exactly. Let's do it. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes.
I feel like Von Kama is secretly our director. He only wants he comes to the director board on his thing with his entire director equipment. He goes, a perfect set, a perfect actor. What else could there possibly be needed?
Oh wait, me. One at 11:50 p.m. Another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Why is it important?
Uh-oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it!
Huh? Have what?
Remember the case with the Steel Samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course, I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya.
Yes?
If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
This is the moment that Phoenix Wright started losing his shit.
I'm gonna go live in a village for psychic people. Goodbye!
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
Runner!
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So you finally realized the truth. It was I, Dio. There can be no other murderer here other than Miles Edgeworth himself.
And Dio.
Kono Diodar.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on the lake, and Dio was in the water. Anyway, this was shown by the witness's photograph.
You can clearly see the stand depicted in it.
The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, and the stand, Zawardo, were on the boat. See, he stopped time. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter.
1 meter?
It could not have been suicide.
Death.
Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
Well, you haven't got a very good imagination now, do you, Your Honor? Yes.
Well, fuck you.
He's pretty old.
But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
What the fuck do you mean? What do I mean?
We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. Time step on the photo says 15 minutes.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that! Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before that shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, Are you quite mad? I lost my voice there. Explain, who is this sitting on the boat?
Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
Rada.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now,
Oh god.
What?
Sorry, I had to kick my computer there for a second.
Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this. I'm so confused.
Ludicrous.
The rapper.
Featuring exhibit. Hey.
Mr. Wright. Let's go give it to you.
Oh, cheesy.
Jesus Christ.
I read it.
Alright.
You did.
Alright. The murderer's name? Right, it's... Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know? Are you fucking mad?
Again, you waste my time.
I don't know, because he never told us. The murderer
What
is
are
the
you talking
caretaker
about,
of that boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not in a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place, Mr. Smarty Pants? Ah crap, Vietnam flashback.
Boat shop, baby boat shop.
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet the victim without anyone ever seeing.
Objection! Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will.
The fuck?
That night he was out on the lake on a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop.
Oh yeah!
Rada!
Mr. Wright. What happened at night at Gold Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out.
Alright.
That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to this shop. His fucking face. His face. This is around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out in the middle of the lake.
Well, who shot it, Mr. Marty Pants?
Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
I really shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone.
Details?
Know this, Mr. Wright. The mom
The mom.
The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. And you're out of all explanations. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
Because the first shot missed.
I believe he shot tries to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness. This is like fucking Build-A-Bear now.
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next! The murderer waits a bit and then he fires again. Then...
Dead.
the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. There's someone looking from the edge of the lake. It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and he threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Oh yeah.
What?
Not even a rudder was heard that night.
Bailiff!
Arrest!
Bring out the witness from before!
Arrest Edgeworth!
His defense attorney's gone mad!
Arrest Edgeworth and bring in a straitjacket! The boat shop caretaker, quickly.
Rudder!
Well, we are waiting for the caretaker. How's everyone's day? I would like to ask Defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand.
No, I'm cutting myself! Oh, hi, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Mr. Edgeworth,
What lovely hair you have! Oh,
what the
wait.
defense has said?
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir!
Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. Ask that you remain quiet.
I'm sorry, Your Beardness, but the witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
What?
What should I do, Your Beardness?
Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Yes, Your Beardness.
Rudder! Can't believe it. Beaten by a fleeing old man. And a
Mr.
parrot.
Umbrella, your witness has disappeared. Explain thyself.
A search warrant has already been issued.
Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances.
Fine, whatever.
I will extend the trial to tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his details become very important to this trial.
And just
I want him, and I want to know who he is.
Ooh.
Just who is that boat shop caretaker?
He's so fucking
Is
sexy. Tell him what he does with his hair. Ask him what he does with his hair.
We will court is adjourned. I like you, and I want you.
Now we can either do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
Oh, Ron.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Yeah, well, at least we got out from under the guilty verdict. Oh, God.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Kammer didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure. Once I sifted through his, rather unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients, including that time that I was on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained.
Oh, my bad. I always look like this.
I know, but I mean, try to look less like you and more like me.
Did someone say pain? She was a
Oh God, not him! No! You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry, but I'm gay. No, I'm kidding. But I fear it's not over for me yet.
I'm so Asian.
What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth?
Got my fanfics.
No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder.
This was not the fanfic I was expecting.
What if it was a... I don't know where I was going with this.
I can't make up my mind. A memory of us.
So I had just finished having intense sex with Mr. Phoenix. And then...
What was Mr.
murdered
Edgeworth
someone.
talking about? It wasn't like any fanfic
Why
I've ever heard before.
A memory of a crime that I committed.
Why is
A
it not
memory
orange text? Oh wait, no,
of
there it is.
murder.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it.
That?
Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never!
Nick. Oh God!
Oh God!
Yo, how's everyone doing?
Get the fuck out, Larry!
What do you think of my performance today?
Hide the
I'm
spoons!
Swooning in the aisles, am I?
Swooning? Me? Oh, yeah, I do remember feeling faint.
Right
Not
on,
for
tell
the-
me the truth, it was love at first sight, right?
Right,
Nick?
Yeah!
Me?
Oh my
well,
God.
maybe my heart skipped a beat or two.
My other fanfics!
No homo. You think you could do better than that?
All the homo!
Come on, save Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero.
What the hell are you here for, Larry?
What the fuck?
Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did! Somehow. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
But seriously, belt shop caretaker. Guy's pretty suspicious, isn't he? Reggie ain't off the hook yet.
Way! Spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy's pretty edgy. Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
Nick?
I don't know, but what I do know is I'm gonna believe in you two until the end.
Nice.
Us two.
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
Nah, he means me, right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
What the fuck? Not me? Not your best friend? But why you, Larry?
Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick?
Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, I'm still mad. But why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait. Was that when you two were classmates?
Yes. In grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know?
What? Hey, Larry! What's he talking about?
Sorry, I kinda forgot.
Why do I ask you? Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hit this story and that's final!
Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the beginning of spring, 4th grade. I was on trial, a class trial.
Trial.
It keeps sticking at the start of the first word, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You remember, Larry? Spring, 4th grade. A kid in my class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
What is lunch money, nerd?
What is lunch?
Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home.
Huh. I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside it.
$38?
Oh, yeah, now that you mentioned it, I do remember that.
I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So they thought... You did it?
Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial.
Trial?
The next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. I didn't do it! Guilty! He did! Guilty! It was you! Dave, give me my money back! You're such a meanie! Just admit you did it! You can't hide the truth! Tell us the truth! We're not gonna play with you anymore! Yeah, no borrowing my eraser! You should be allowed to read my eraser on the library committee! Give back my 50 cents I owed you! Hey, what did you rob that bank the other day? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Apologize to the class, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. And I tried to apologize. I went over to where the boy was sitting. That's when it happened.
Objection!
He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles?
He's so adorable.
Look at his fucking nerd bow tie.
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just No, this is it.
Why don't y'all just shut up? I was sitting there as a kid. This is always how it is. Everybody getting up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
The best, man.
So fuck off.
Very well, I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were always friends.
We need to make like go into Southern again.
Wow, I had no idea. I didn't even know they sold bow ties that small.
Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot.
That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I had been there, they would have thought I've done it. I had done it. So I took it kind of personally, see?
When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked about after that class trial. And that's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my dad. A famous defense attorney. And then a few months...
Holy shit, his voice is really weird and robotic!
He looks more like a fucking mini Phoenix Wright than you do.
Wow. Wow, man. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The DL6 incident?
Right.
I knew DLC was a bad idea.
I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad. He never did get Jiren.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
But why? What happened? I mean, that's not edgy, I know. That's not the edgy I used to know. That's what I thought. No, wait, that's you.
That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. Matt?
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth in orange text?
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him.
You believe in the him that believes in you, that believes in the drill that'll pierce the heavens?
Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free?
Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. You fucking owe me money, Larry.
Oh, Nick, you're such a good friend.
Nick!
Because I'm never paying you back, motherfucker.
I'll also never pay you back. But we have to save Edgeworth, if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right, it very well may be.
First, there's a rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I don't know why I said what, but whatever.
I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go! And we'll move over to kick this guy's keister next time on Phoenix Wright. Passive-aggressive attorney as soon as this fucking wall of text comes back.
You made me!